Hello everybody, this is Kristen, Co-Conscious Kris. If I had to say a percentage, I would say I am like 65% Kris, the rest of me Kristen. I needed energy today. I have things to get done in the house because we're going out of town to Alabama, of all places. I've never been. So we're going out of town in a week and we're having someone house sit our dogs, and so I needed some energy, and I wanted to make a video about how I do co-consciousness, and I wanted it to be creative and fun and informative. So I decided that I would share how I called Kris in and what I was like before and after, and then what we're doing right now. So I was really groggy, which reminds me to drink a sip of coffee. Join me if you'd like. Whew. I was really groggy. Coffee does not really do it for me. I'm on a type of meds that just makes me sleepy. So anyway, I'm kind of, dissociative a bit. So I sat there in a meditative posture and I called on Kris and I said, hey, I want to be here today, and I'm feeling myself, I'm feeling normal, I'm feeling like, unless someone purposely wants to front, I don't need to call on them. Like, I'm feeling comfortable, feeling my emotions today, had a good talk, this is just information, I didn't say this. Had a good talk with my husband last night, like things are good there. Had some group therapy and individual therapy yesterday, and I'm just really wanting Kristen to soak that in. But she was just really groggy and like not motivated to like get up and like do a lot. Not sad or like feeling sad, but just feeling like bleh. So I sat in a meditative posture, and for a moment Chrissy came through and started talking and then went back in, just for a moment, and I was like, oh, that was cute and sweet, and I realized, okay, I have the capability to call one out at a little bit, and so I thought I would be calling out Kris to come forth and get things done in the house and get ready, and I said, Kris, I could use your help. I have projects today to get done and a meeting, and I need to allow free time after that meeting in case it goes over, etc. Do you mind coming out? And boom. So then I became 65% Kris with myself remaining, and that's what co-consciousness is like for me. And so although Kris does my makeup, since we're co-conscious, we only wear organic makeup, like makeup made out of food material, really safe for our skin makeup, because Kristen is a non-makeup wearer really at all. Maybe she'll curl her eyelashes just to look awake. So I thought I would do a makeup tutorial that is Kris and Kristen co-conscious. Because the makeup that Kris would do is so different, and the makeup that Kristen would do is nothing. And so the makeup that the co-consciousness would do is this. So my mirror that I need to see, you can see the items I have. I have a Mineral Fusion, just fully mineral, natural eyeshadow with a little bit of color. Kris really wanted the blue. She helped pick that out. Seeing if it had ingredients, it doesn't. Mineral Fusion, which is totally natural as well. Of course, all this is totally natural and organic. a blush just for our little cheeks. This is a lifesaver. Like, you can do contouring type bronzing. It's a Zuzu Lux, however you say it, bronzer. And so I put it on really lightly. That looks a little darker than it is. I put it on really lightly to contour my face a bit, which is awesome that you can do that with natural makeup. This is a concealer, which I've already put on, so I've done the concealer just a little bit under my eyes to brighten them. And the tip of my nose and like around my nose gets really red. So I wear this instead of actually wearing any foundation. I'm not gonna put on any foundation. I like my natural skin as Kristen. And then a natural, like, made with fruit ingredients, like mascara, black mascara, because I have blondish eyelashes. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you the order that I do it in. I put a little bit of concealer on my lids and around my eyes to brighten things up, so you can kind of see my face is just like a palette. The concealer is like a slightly darker actually than my skin tone, which won't matter once I do contour. So yeah, blank face with the concealer, and hopefully this camera will stay. Yeah, cool. And so I'm gonna do the contouring first, and I just use, this is like a bouquet brush or whatever it's called. It's like this. It's probably not the best. It's really, it applies thick color. So I just dab it like once or twice, blow, and even I like dab on my arm just once, like tink. And then I apply at like the highest point of my cheekbone in an angle down, and where like this is really white up here, you know, to blend that, and up at the temples. And I put like the darkest like right here on the edge. And I'll show you like a side of the face thing. Blend it down. So it looks really natural. You can see like just a really natural color. I'll probably add some more. Let's add some more. It's too natural. You can't hardly see it. So a little more. When I'm adding more, I'm doing it like at the highest kind of point first and spreading it down. So I'm just pushing it now into my skin, like pushing it in. And I'm actually having a puffy, water retaining face right now. So I'm gonna like actually put a little bit of this where I have puffiness to suck it in a bit. And when I'm doing darker there, then I need to blend a little darker here. Top of my head, temple, going all around. Do the same thing on the other side. So how are you guys today? Feel free to comment how you're doing today below. It's definitely a Tuesday that feels like a Monday for me. But a lot of days feel like a Monday. So yeah, I'm having some puffiness like right here. I'm not sure why that is. I did put on an argan oil. That's important to say. I wash with a natural cleanser. I put on a rose water toner and an argan oil. And the argan oil has really puffed my skin like with a fullness. So yeah, last bit of bronzer on those high points. I really like this. It's painting on a suntan, y'all. And so I actually do bronzer down here as well. The kind of blend, and I don't even forget like the little ear area. And then I spread down the neck just like a little, like you can't really see anything. This area is like stands out a lot to people. So any area that like looks white and stands out, spread down the neck. There's probably nothing on the brush. It's like brush cleaning on your neck. And then like I'm like so far back, I don't know if you guys can even see me. But you can hear me and you can kind of see me. So a little bronzer here again, the base of the face, like the neckline, and then cleaning the brush down the neck. And since this is natural, like I even will put some like on my chest to like make everything look good. And then I go through and I just quickly do my whole, like there's nothing on it because I've cleaned on my neck. And I blend the whole face, and that's something that not everybody does, but I do. And so it's not really to look contoured, if you'll look, it's just to look, you know, tanner, because I'm so pale. Okay, the lighting here is kind of weird, but yeah. And it's a little darker like here, you know, but I'm puffy, so I just decided to do that today. So I'm gonna take attention away from the puffiness. And I'm so happy I'm doing a makeup tutorial. Like I've never done that before. And sometimes when I do my makeup, I like talk to myself. So, as if I'm doing one. So, Buki brush thing and the blush. I'm going to do it at the highest, but not quite highest, but right below the highest point, and just dab it on. And I'm not going to really blend it too much because it'll blend on my whole cheek and make me look red. I don't want to do that. So highest, right below the highest point of the line. And I'm actually going to blend this with my finger on the outside of it. You can see a little bit of flush there. And then clean the brush on the arm, and then I actually like add the tiniest after I've cleaned it. Not to places I'm already red, like I'm already red here. I didn't do concealer there yet, that's what I forgot. I'm gonna do concealer on my chin. I like to rub it in with my hands. Concealer like under the lip line. To make the lips stand out. Just not on the lip is important because I'm not gonna be wearing anything but chapstick. I'll exfoliate my lips and wear chapstick. And then Mineral Fusion here. Of course, the lightest color. I'm just gonna use my finger on this. The lightest color. I start on the inner eye. We all know that, right? Doing makeup. And I even will blend underneath a little bit just to brighten. Again, this is to look natural, like I'm not wearing any makeup almost, and just like that I'm wide awake for the meetings that I'm going to. And I don't really feel like putting on the blue today. I know, Kris. She's like, it goes in the palette. I don't know, maybe I will do a touch of blue then. So when I'm co-conscious, I can hear, so I'm talking as Kristen because that's just like who I want to talk as on the video. Since I'm co-conscious, I can choose. And that means that my inner voice that I'm talking with, who might comment on what I'm doing, is Kris. So if I was out talking as Kris, then it would be Kristen like hurry up, or saying like probably some other things like that. But anyway, Kris is focusing on doing the makeup, and she was planning on adding in the blue. So I think I'm just gonna have to let her because she's a little more conscious. And so for the blue, I do need a brush. I can never find this one brush that I need, but I'm not gonna take up y'all's time on the video, so this is like a little too thick, actually. But I'm just gonna take blue and put it right above my iris, and that's it today. That's all we're doing, Kris. Right above the iris to add a pop of color. Make the eyeballs themselves stand out to be, and then I'm gonna blend it, you know, a little bit, but not into the inner corner. Blend. Okay, so a little bit of blue, and that actually is a good look. Yes, with like the fact that the bronzer doesn't look completely natural, and with the argan oil I have on, my face is looking a little shiny. Like, I like it. It's a little like glowing, and I don't have to add any like glowing anything, setting spray or anything like that. So that's the eyes, just super natural with a bit of blue. I'm not going to do anything with my eyebrows because we're going for all organic. Oh, come on, phone holder. Okay. I'm just going to make sure there's no makeup on them and kind of brush them up. That's it. And then last step, guys, for the video, and then we'll talk a little more about co-consciousness. Mascara. I have a trick for mascara. Okay. So starting at the base, and shimmy left to right and shimmy all the way up, left to right instead of swipes up. And then, yeah, just I keep doing that, starting at the base, shimmy left to right, catching especially the inner and outer eyelashes. And then I go on tops and do the tips down. And we're gonna curl it, otherwise I could finger curl them, but, and then I also like spread out the winglet on the side and spread out the winglet on the little inner eye, so you can see the difference there. My eyes are like blonde, my eyelashes are blonde, so they're there, but that's a 4 curling. That's not too bad. Like, that's the one thing that I have going for me is I own eyelashes on my own body. The shimmy trick is really good just to catch all the hairs that you wouldn't normally catch. You don't catch the same amount of eyelash hairs doing the swipe up, and you don't catch the tips of the eyelashes if you don't do the swipe down. I don't know why that is. Inner eye and outer eye tips. I'm gonna let those dry for a minute. So this is what co-consciousness is like. I'm in a happier mood. I'm more energized instantly with Kris being conscious, which is amazing. She's like her own additional cup of coffee. And we can do makeup, and look, you know, put together and presentable and like look joyful and look like we're not depressed and look happy and look like we're not crazy and losing it when we do makeup. Well, at least that's what I think, me, Kris. I'm doing the bottom lashes now, and I do the same thing. I shimmy and I underswipe. And the underswipe, you just have to not let it touch your skin. And I have a trick for that. So I'm shimmying from the base. I get the winglet, like the edges, really well, like with the tip end of my brush. and underswipe, and then I use my finger to underswipe so that none of the black gets on my under eye. Okay. And you don't forget the inner hairs, like near the corner. Really makes the eyes pop and look big. This corner, sometimes there's hairs there you can't see. So get those, you know, like not only the ones you can see, but just, oh, I was about to say carefully wave the wand near the corner, but then I touched my face with it. Don't do that. Anyway, not a big deal. You can always smudge. Okay, and I'm gonna curl and then show you the look. I don't really squeeze too hard. There's really no reason. I've learned you can even finger curl. With this mascara being natural, like, doesn't curl as easily. Okay, so that's the look. Looks like pretty well put together, and it's all organic. It's not gonna clump or whatever. So yeah, I love those brands. I'm not like brand doing anything, but this is Zoo Luxe, or however you pronounce it, and Mineral Fusion for the powder, blush, and Mineral Fusion, as I said, for the eyeshadow, and the best bronzer ever that has no shimmer in it. And again, the special likeness of the face is about the prep, so I cleaned it and I rose watered it and I did argan oil, just like little drops, and rub that in. Especially you can see like my face looks really shiny. I did argan oil all over, and so I'll probably blot my face, yeah, with a tissue paper to end. Kristen likes to do that, so I am going to blot, and that will get off some of the excess oil. And if someone goes to hug you, you're not blotting your face for the first time on them. Not a lot of makeup is coming off, that's good. So blotting, kind of even wiping to, yeah. Oh. And it just feels really fresh and clean. I'll show you like what it looked like in the window light. I can't really see myself in the window light, but yeah. So that's Co-Conscious Makeup with Kris and Kristen. And I guess the only thing I would like to share is, you know, co-consciousness is a really helpful tip. I feel myself, I feel like Kristen, you know, 45%, and I feel, oh wait, is it 35? 35 or so, maybe 40%. And I feel like Kris, you know, the other percent. And that really helps me to be awake and exuberant, and just be ready for my day and have the energy to do a task. And it also means that I'm gonna have a conversation back and forth, like, should we do it this way or should we do it that way? Should we, you know, and I'll have some company with me and two different perspectives. I'll have a perspective of just hurry up, get it done. You're lazy, you need some self-care, like relaxing time. So taking care of Kristen, the host, like, and she just like wants to watch videos and get on support groups and do all that stuff. And then Kris is like, wants to be in the world and doing things and going to her meetings and appointments, and if she's had like a tea with a friend or whatever. And so being co-conscious, I can just be, it appears like I'm Kristen on a happy good day. And it's not that I'm trying to fake out the world, it's just that it it's helpful to appear that way sometimes. Yeah, it's helpful to appear that way, and I communicate better instead of like Eeyore. So that's kind of what co-consciousness is for me, and what I would be doing with it first. I would take care of my body first, and like I'm gonna brush and do my hair when I get off this video, and then I would do my house, like my kitchen first, and clean the house up a bit, and then head out to my day. So that's a little bit about calling on co-consciousness intentionally, and how it looks different than just fronting fully as Kris and being different, like in that way. So yeah, I hope that this kind of was a creative way to explain co-consciousness and how it can happen. It can happen different ways. I often just become co-conscious with Kris, or become co-conscious with Chrissy, and that's a sign that they're wanting to front, but I kind of keep it at bay. Sometimes I just let it happen, or sometimes it does just happen. And it's a spectrum depending on the host, Kristen's mood. So just depending on what I need and how safe I feel, it's really a spectrum of what happens. So I hope that helps explain co-consciousness a little bit more. So not that I'm an expert or anything, but explains it for this system anyway. All right, thanks so much for joining, and you guys have a great day. Bye.